All righty then. So, this is our little try at something different.
Yeah.
We're going to dive into a sports podcast. I'm Chuck. This is Pops or Laurie. That is Brandon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And this is the WBD Sports Podcast. Inaugural episode. So,
For what?
today we're going to get into a few different things. With Bobby Bonilla Day coming up, we're going to get into Bobby Bonilla there at the end. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I'm the only one that knows anything about Bobby Bonilla Day.
I'm sure you are.
And Bobby Bonilla here. We're going to get in. We're going to start off the show with a kind of a dive into the NCAA 25 game that is coming out
Yep.
next month.
So excited.
And the rankings that have been put out about that. We'll dive into talking a little bit about Bronny James being drafted 55th overall by the LA Lakers.
Well done.
We'll dive a little bit into our thoughts and our takes on Caitlin Clark. We're going to talk a little bit about Jerry West and Billy Walton and Willie Mays, who are all athletes who have passed away within the last couple of months.
Yep.
And we will put out some predictions and kind of debate who we think is going to win in all four of the AFC divisions. So that's kind of what we're going to go through today. What do you guys say we dive on into it with NCAA 25?
Yeah.
Which I know I'm super excited about. I know you guys are super excited about it.
Yes. Most definitely. Not me.
Not you, not at all.
No.
You've only been waiting 10 years for no
Why
reason.
are you lying? I'm totally lying. Completely lying.
So that being said, here's a question for you. Who are you going to start as? What's the first team you're going to play as in NCAA 25?
Like playing by myself or
Yeah.
I'll say
Oh, you're taking the easy way out.
easy. I mean, if I'm playing by myself, why would I not want to be Ohio State?
Be your favorite team?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying not to tell people
Hey,
my favorite team.
realistically here,
I'm
okay,
trying
so
not to be biased.
we're going to try not to be biased when talking about
Exactly.
things, but full disclosure, I'm a huge Cowboys fan. I am an Ohio State fan. I am a Mariners fan. I am a Golden Knights fan.
We'll get it out of the way. That's fine.
And when it comes to basketball, I don't necessarily care. I just want to watch good plays and good players, and I want to watch good basketball games.
Right.
Something close with some spectacular plays. I've leaned more towards Steph Curry, LeBron James, some of those other players like that, Luka Doncic. You know, some of these players just because they're exciting to watch.
But if you had to pick a team, who would it be?
I have absolutely no idea.
Really?
The hard part here is, so when Michael Jordan was playing, I was a huge Jordan guy, big Bulls fan when I was a kid. Then when he kind of went away, Shaq and Kobe were the biggest thing.
Oh, dude, yes.
So
Yes.
I was huge with the Lakers. Absolutely loved the Shaq and Kobe connection and everything they were doing. Then after that, LeBron James came into the league. So it was all about LeBron and following the Cavs. Then when he did the big thing where he left the Cavs and went to the Heat, I followed the Heat because I really liked him and D-Wade together.
D-Wade.
And I've never had a true loyalty to a basketball team.
Oh, that's fair. I get that. I am a big Cleveland Browns fan.
Mhm.
You know, I'm a big Nick Chubb's fan.
Yep.
And I watched him ever since he played for Georgia.
Yep.
You know, and he's been my favorite player playing. Even in Madden 25 and 24. So Chuck, I'm with him. I'm a big Cavalier fan. Oh, ever since Kyrie Irving. He didn't have a preference.
Yeah, I don't have a preference with basketball teams,
But I am a big Cavs fan.
Yep.
I'm a big Kyrie Irving and I'm a big what's the point guard that is now for the Cavaliers? Darius Garland, I'm a big fan of his. Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell runs that team. Oh yes, yes sir. And I believe he should be captain of that team. I'm pretty sure he is. Well, if it wasn't then, when he scored that 71 points in that one game, he should have been then. Wow. Heck yeah. Um, I am a big baseball fan. I'm a Cleveland Indian fan, but they're Guardians. The Guardians. There will always be that in my book, though. But you know, things change. Stuff changes. Hockey, I really don't get into hockey that much. You know, I mean, it is a tough sport. Don't get me wrong. It is really tough. And uh, let's see, golf. I get into that. I was a big Tiger Woods fan. What about after? Huh? What about after Tiger though? Oh, I didn't really get into the old golf stuff. So yeah, old people.
I'm not gonna lie, I was big on like Phil Mickelson back in the day.
Phil Mickelson. Yeah. Like John Daly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah. Covers balls.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. But he belts all.
Now you want to tell them who your favorite college football team is?
Yeah. Oh, my favorite college football team is the Michigan Wolverines, which they did win a national championship, three-time Big Ten champs. We know. The entire fan base tells us.
Trust me, we've heard this a lot. As Ohio State fans, we know.
It never leaves discussion. Neither does the overall record ever leave the discussion. Well, we're not going to get. No, we won't get into any more of that. I'm sure it'll come up at some damn point again.
Constantly.
All the time. And at the house, it's always a big rival for all of us.
Absolutely.
Good food, everything. You know what I mean? So you got your NFL team, your college team, your basketball team.
We got baseball in there.
You got baseball.
We've spoken on. He's not a big hockey fan, and that's fine.
That's fair. Yeah.
I think that's the big ones.
Right.
That's your big four sports.
Mm-hmm. Mine are easy. I'm a Jaguars fan. We won't get into that.
About time he admits it.
I mean, we can get into it, but it's a little detailed. Hockey, he converted me into it. That wasn't
Vegas Golden Knights.
Vegas Golden Knights fan. Wow. How did I forget
that? Wow is the real thing here. You admitted it. This guy grew up a Detroit Red Wings fan.
Yeah.
I grew up and I never really cared about hockey. And then when I wanted to get into it, well, there was only a few teams that didn't have a big history for me to learn. So I dove in head first, all Golden Knights, all day long, and I absolutely love them. So
see now I got into the old hockey like Wayne Gretzky and other old hockey players.
Oh, back when you were like 37?
Yeah, 25. You know, I got into that. You know what I mean?
Sidney Crosby and
Sidney Crosby. I'm back to yep. What was that? You said you were a Jaguar fan. Jaguars, Las Vegas Golden Knights, and your logic is the same as mine. I didn't know about nobody from the Red Wings.
Yep.
And it just made logic, so I'm like, dang, that's a good logic.
Do I want to dive in and learn all this history to get into a sport?
Yes.
And the sport's fantastic. It's a lot of fun to watch. Playoff hockey is one of my favorite times of the year because the games are just so much more intense and they all matter so much. It's fantastic.
It's good.
Now, what's your baseball team?
Baseball team? Detroit Tigers.
And now,
that's Guardians rivals. You know that? Yeah, I do know that.
If you can't tell,
but
they like rivals.
But when I was younger, no more Garcia Parra.
Still my favorite baseball player is
all day, every day.
Omar Vizquel.
Well, I was back in the day. It was Ken Griffey Jr. all day, every day, and then it was Ichiro Suzuki. Absolutely loved them. So
Who wasn't a fan of Ken Griffey back then?
right,
Yeah.
Junior.
Ken Griffey Jr.
I love the dad son duo. And see, oh my goodness.
Well, what about Mark McGuire?
Oh,
Home run king.
Whoa. Hold on.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure that got beat by Barry Bonds. And if you want to bring steroids into it, let's talk about Mark McGuire.
yeah.
Well, yeah, okay. I agree with that.
They do they belong in the Hall of Fame?
It's tough. Now,
Yeah.
my big thing is if you're gonna have the record set at Barry Bonds' number, you like why wouldn't you put Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame? Otherwise, axe the record, say it is the record from before the one he broke, because he broke it while breaking the rules. If you're gonna do stuff like that, you have to do that. Now, there are other players and stuff with every situation's different when it comes to these players. But my big thing with Barry is if you're going to use that as the record, you got to use him.
Right. And then the Hall of
The
Fame.
good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Pete Rose got banished from the Hall of Fame for gambling.
Yes. So what Pete Rose did was he gambled on it. He was the manager of a baseball team. He bet that they would win, and well, got caught. That being said, Pete Rose, he's the hit king.
He is.
How's he not in?
But with there being gambling now,
Yeah, but this
why can
was
he not? be
Players
Hall of
still
Fame now?
can't. Players still cannot gamble on their sport.
I mean,
That is still a big rule.
I mean,
So
yeah.
he did break that rule. Now, my personal take on that is Pete Rose, he bet for his team to win. He can have no control over that outcome other than what he's already going to be trying to do, which is win the game. So that's where things get a little sketchy. Now, that being said, could he have been making other bets that we don't know about or that I don't personally know about?
That is fair.
Of course he could. And using insider information to get stuff like that. Sure.
pretty tough.
And at that point, it's hard to prove whether or not he did that, so it's kind of hard to incorporate him in certain things.
Right.
But overall, I would 100% say that I believe Pete Rose belongs in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yes, most definitely. Most definitely. My argument is this. Before he did all the gambling,
Yeah.
he broke all these records.
Yep.
And it's really hard as a baseball player to be able to do all that and be successful.
Yeah. So, end of the day, why don't we put him in there as a player and dox him as a coach?
True.
You can dox him out of the Hall of Fame as a manager, but he did all that stuff as a player without breaking the rules.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, I think you should call the Hall of Fame on that.
I don't have their number.
Somebody have that number.
I don't think I'm important enough for them to answer.
Somebody has to know.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
So, all that being said, then he's also a big Ohio State fan.
Huge. Like, I keep up with recruiting.
Like, he's a
just-
nut job.
Not just their recruiting, too.
I don't get into Michigan's recruiting.
I do.
I go by their starters, and I go about how many rushing yards this running back gets, quarterback gets, how many passes, TDs, wide receivers, the tight ends, linebackers, the D line, how much they get sacks or
I go so far.
tackles.
I go so far down the rabbit hole that I know who's getting recruited the year after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all that being said, what is your favorite sport?
Favorite sport? College football.
What's your favorite sport?
Absolutely, college football.
And mine is pro football.
Well, there we go.
So, at least we got one that's a little different.
You got one. I pay attention to NFL. Just not as much as you do.
No, I absolutely love the game. I'll watch every game all year round, all year long, all season long. I absolutely adore it.
Yeah.
All right.
NFL is really good.
I'll
Yep.
watch it.
So,
I watch college football or NFL.
yeah.
The Browns.
So,
Just the Browns.
yeah, see, I'll watch the Browns. I'm a Cowboys fan. I'll watch the Browns play the Titans. I don't care.
Right.
And that's a game that doesn't matter at all to me in the slightest.
Absolutely.
But I love the game so much that I will watch everything. All that being said, there's our introduction.
Well, that was a long one.
Well, really.
Tangents are fun, and you're going to get a lot of them here. That being said, let's dive in here. We have the top 25 toughest places to play in the new NCAA 25 college football video game.
And number one
Wow.
caught me so off guard.
Yeah, I agree. We're going to start at 25.
Exactly. It did.
I didn't know. I
Yeah.
had no clue.
We'll start at the bottom and work our way up.
Yeah.
So-
At the bottom.
At number 25, we have Mississippi State at Davis Wade Stadium.
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
I could definitely get behind it. At number 24, we got Albertson Stadium, Boise State. That one, I really like that. The blue turf really sets them apart. They're very
Yeah.
unique. Their
Yeah.
fans get into it pretty well. And I do like that ranking.
Yes.
Yeah. They worked hard to get that ranking.
Absolutely. They deserve it. Then at number 23, we have Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium for Arkansas.
I do like that stadium. I really do.
I don't know enough about the Arkansas Razorbacks and their culture, especially in their home state, but I can get behind it just based off of knowing who the Razorbacks are and how good they at least once were.
Yes. Exactly.
They're still a solid team, but I don't see them as a playoff team.
They're in a conference that
It's really tough.
it's a tough conference.
Yes.
As-
Alabama,
as
Georgia,
Big Ten,
Tennessee.
their SEC is tough.
It is really.
The SEC
Really
has
tough.
run the table in college football for the past decade,
Yeah.
and maybe longer.
Mhm.
And it's hard to say that being Big Ten fans. I will always say I'm a Big Ten fan before I'm an Ohio State fan
Yeah.
personally.
Absolutely.
I'll root for Michigan if they're facing an out of conference team all day long.
Absolutely.
But if they're playing someone in the Big Ten, I really just don't care.
That's absolutely my ordeal. If you know, I'm not a big Ohio State fan, but if Ohio State's playing another team that's in a bowl game or anything, I will root for them.
Yeah.
And just to back it up, I used to be an Ohio State fan a long time ago. Back when Eddie George was running back,
Yeah.
and he was my biggest fan.
Yeah.
I loved him.
Yeah.
He was had a chance to beat Archie Griffin's record that year when they come in and faced Ohio State at the Horseshoe.
Yeah.
And it was just disappointing to see how good of a running back that Eddie George was, and it just got demolished to where he didn't get to tie Archie Griffin's record.
Yeah. Now, mind you, that being said as well, Archie Griffin was one hell of a player in college. And I have to throw the in college because the guy wasn't it in the pros. But in college, it's hard to deny that he is one of the best players to ever step on a collegiate football field.
I gotta disagree with that. I was also a big Eddie George fan when he played for the Tennessee Titans.
Gross.
I'm talking about Archie Griffin being one of the best collegiate players. That's what you're disagreeing to here.
I didn't hear you that much.
And I
apologize.
And I would say
Yeah,
Archie Griffin
Griffin
didn't do
is-
anything in the NFL.
No.
Right, he did.
Eddie George did phenomenal things in the NFL.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Eddie George was 100% the real deal.
Right. I'm sorry. I apologize. I misunderstood you.
You're all right.
Okay.
George had the longevity where Archie Griffin just died.
I think something happened to where he
Maybe he got injured. Didn't
Yeah,
have
it could
anybody,
be,
or-
yeah.
I don't know.
something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
So,
It could happen. I don't know.
yeah. So now at number 22, we have Spartan Stadium for Sparty and the Michigan State Spartans.
Spartans.
I
yeah.
feel like that would have been higher if they would have kept their dominance, but that all fell off after
after that fight between Michigan and Ohio, Michigan and no Michigan State and
No, that was what, last year?
yeah.
Yeah, no, they fell off like 4 or 5 years ago. It feels like it's been a minute, and they fell off
They
hard.
got a new head coach now.
Yeah,
I think they
that's where
do.
I think they fell off at.
Yeah.
Their
So
coach before that he was good.
I know
He was really
Michigan.
good. Yeah,
I know a
yeah.
huge Michigan State fan. Like this guy might be a bigger Michigan State fan than you are an Ohio State fan. I say that because he doesn't own a single item of clothing that doesn't have Sparty on it. Not a one.
So there's clothing, and then there's everything else.
I think you go a little further into recruiting and diving in and knowing your team a lot better, but this guy knows his stuff too. But he is a diehard 100%. That is all he cares about. I know he's a Buccaneers fan, but he's been a Buccaneers fan for a long time, but he doesn't like follow the pros as hard as even I think you do. And that's fine. That being said, Michigan State, that go green, go white, they are a phenomenal fan base.
Yeah.
They're loyal to a fault.
Oh yeah.
And
Definitely.
I absolutely love watching them when they're being successful.
Right.
The problem is when they fall off so hard. And I'm honestly surprised they even make this list.
Me too. Yes. Me too.
Then number 21, and I think this is the biggest slap in the face out of all of them, Notre Dame Stadium.
Well,
For the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
this is only toughest places to play.
I know. Well, I understand that. Notre Dame has had recent success. It not phenomenal success, but recent success to where they're going to make. They would have been in the playoffs if it was 12-team playoff, basically every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably this year too.
Yeah.
But I can't down Notre Dame.
No,
They're in Indiana.
I'm praising
And
Notre Dame.
I was born and raised in Indiana.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Wow. So why aren't you a Hoosier fan or a Purdue fan or a Notre Dame fan?
That's a good question.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Changed his mind. Now we know.
So, but when it comes to Notre Dame, their history and everything that goes with that team and that college and all of it, and then the fan base that is so loyal and so big on it, it really shocks me that they're down this far. I would take a number 12, maybe a 13, but I would like to think they belong in the top 15 based on the fact that they are such a diehard fan base on top.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
We've been to that stadium.
Yeah.
too. It's like a giant bowl, and it's crowded.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
It's great.
And honestly, to go there week in and week out, I could only imagine the hype around you, regardless of who you're there to see. That play.
Like shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah. So then we go to number 20, Kinnick Stadium, the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Ooh.
Now,
Mm.
Iowa's got one of the top defenses in the nation,
Yes.
in my opinion. They have for a long time.
Yes.
Their offense, on the other hand, what's a nice way to put this? It sucks. They are not good on offense.
If their offense could have matched their defense, I feel like they could have won it.
They'd be unstoppable.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
it's the offense that held them back last year.
Last year, for the last decade,
They're
Iowa's offense has been a horrible, horrible point for them, whereas their defense has been phenomenal. As far as the stadium is concerned, I don't know a lot going on there, but with a defense like that, they got to be getting hyped at the right times to help shut down that offense.
Absolutely.
But I give praise to their Connect Wave.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll never forget
absolutely.
that.
Never.
Do you know about it?
No, sir. Please tell me.
Well, was it like halftime?
Yep.
They'll
I think-
all stand up. There's
Is it at the third quarter? It's one of those games.
it's somewhere around there that they'll all stand up in the stadium and they'll turn around because there's a cancer hospital looking over the stadium.
I believe it's the Shriners. if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
It's the Shriners Hospital.
Yes.
Or at least once upon a time it was.
Something
Yes.
like that.
And they all wave to the kids
And
that are sick.
wow, that is amazing.
I'll never put that down.
No, most definitely. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Because kids are very special.
And Aunt Tracy was there
She was there?
at the hospital. That's why she's such a huge Hawkeyes fan.
Oh, that's dope.
It's because of the kid.
Wow, that is
That's dope.
most definitely dope.
Yeah. And now at number 19, we got Darrell K. Royal, Texas Memorial Stadium, the Texas Longhorns.
Yeah,
I can get behind it.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
100%. I think that was a fair rating.
Yes.
And at number 18, we got Rice Eccles Stadium, the Utah Utes. And honestly, I would almost associate that stadium and the stadium presence with a good chunk of their success.
Yes.
They are a solid team, but I definitely feel like playing in Utah is like playing a whole nother team.
Yeah, well, yeah, they've done really good lately. Well, past couple years,
Yeah.
but I just don't think they have enough seats to make an impact.
That could be a fair point.
Yeah.
Need a little bigger there.
Yeah.
At number 17, we got Lane Stadium for Virginia Tech.
Now that's amazing.
Too high.
I don't know enough about Virginia Tech or their fan base personally
Neither
to
do I.
really have an opinion when it comes to that.
Nope, neither do I.
Now, at number 16, we got the big house
The big house.
The big house.
for the Michigan Wolverines.
That's cool.
And that is a slap in the face.
Yeah, that is at number 16. I think it should be a little bit higher.
I had the honor of going to an Ohio State Michigan game in the big house, and I will say the atmosphere inside that place, no matter what point of the game it was, no matter who had the ball, no matter who was up or who was down. Mind you, I went to that game. I forget what year it was, but it was the game that Michigan went for 2 and failed, and Ohio State won. That's the game I got to be at.
That was is it Devin Gardner at quarterback?
I'm not positive. This was back at least 12 years ago.
I think Titus Powell was the one that stopped it.
Okay.
I went last year to the Michigan and
Well, either way, you went to one of the games, right?
yes, sir.
The atmosphere in that
It
stadium
is.
is insane.
It is insane, and it's 23,000 plus.
Yeah, it's
insane.
Those
no,
Huh?
110,000.
110. Okay.
it's
Absolutely.
huge.
Yeah.
There's a ton of energy, and
yes.
my favorite part was when I walked into the stadium as an Ohio State fan. You had different areas where there was a sea of red, sea of scarlet. The Ohio State fans are going to show out during the game. That being said, there was so much blue. A good 75% of that stadium was blue. It was a sea with little red pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely insane. The energy was thorough. It was phenomenal. Even as somebody rooting for the opposition, that energy hits you and you're still having an amazing time. No matter what point of the game, no matter who's winning, you're just having a blast while you're there.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
How was it walking up?
Walking up was so much fun.
Really?
I didn't get any mean words said to me until I was in the stadium. And walking out. Walking out, I got a lot of. There was a whole lot. People were not friendly walking out.
Yeah.
But walking up, you have people partying on the golf course there. They're passing out shots. They're giving us shots. Like
Wow.
just random people wearing Ohio State gear. They don't care. We're all there to have a good time.
Wow.
You get free beers when you're walking up the stage. Everybody is having a blast. It's a big party. And it was a phenomenal experience.
Wow, that's what it should be with that kind of game. Absolutely.
Unfortunately, from everything that I've seen and everything I've heard, you don't get the same respect if you turn that around. And that's where the problem with.
Yeah.
Talking about the horseshoe?
Yeah.
Yep.
Really?
Yes.
I've seen a lot of negative things happen to Michigan people, Michigan fans, Michigan cars during that game.
Yeah.
What's the problem, huh?
We are part of the problem. And honestly, unless you can point out the flaws within your own fan base, are you really a fan?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And one of the Ohio State's biggest flaws is the fan base is cruel for no reason. And they treat people like shit.
So
And they're annoying as all hell.
Does this tell you?
Yeah, Michigan fans ain't no better. I know you.
it's even.
They both suck. Fan bases.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You got both sides. That
Yeah.
people that.
And I think you're going to have that with any fan base.
Yeah.
And the worst part is when you are a fan of the rival, you get a lot more of the you see, and it's brought more to light when it's when it's your rival's fan base, the
Absolutely.
ignorance that goes with it, and you see it a lot more when you are the rival's fan.
Absolutely.
And it's super unfortunate, especially with a rivalry as big as Ohio State Michigan and living near the Ohio State Michigan border. It's something that happens.
It's pretty content.
I'm sure that it goes both ways with Oklahoma, Texas.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Minnesota, Wisconsin,
Auburn, Alabama,
Alabama, LSU, Alabama.
yeah, any of the rivals.
Yeah,
Like
I'm sure.
Michigan State.
Yeah.
Michigan State.
I'd love to say Michigan Notre Dame, but well,
Yeah.
let's talk about a failed rivalry.
Let's just say last year, Notre Dame, and Ohio State.
That was an insane game.
That was a really good game. I'm telling you, it was.
The Ohio State Penn State rivalry that's really built up and become something.
Yeah. They call that the whiteout.
Yeah.
So, and it's a big game.
I'm not 100%, but they're not doing their whiteout against us.
Well, that's because they're getting I believe it's a primetime game, not a noon game.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Oh, wow.
Or vice versa. It might be a noon game instead of a night game, and they like to do those for primetime games.
Yeah, Ohio State, Penn State always did a night game.
And it was always the whiteout game when it was in Penn State.
Absolutely.
And the Italy Lions showed up big.
And then vice versa, when they came to our stadium, we
did blackout.
Just to
Right. Right.
100%.
100%.
Now, at number 15, we got Williams-Brice Stadium, South Carolina Gamecocks.
Oh, they're pretty tough. They're a pretty tough team.
Pretty tough.
Their
place to play.
defense is really solid.
Yeah.
see that.
And now at number 14, we got Jordan-Hare Stadium, Auburn Tigers, and I hate it.
Really?
Because Auburn is always a tough team. Auburn is that middle ground team that knocks down the big teams and shocks everybody. Auburn has been doing this for years. And where do they do it?
Did it to Alabama.
Yeah. And where do they do it? They do it at Jordan-Hare Stadium.
Yes, sir.
What's the first thing you remember from Auburn?
Oh, I remember when they played Alabama.
Field goal return?
Alabama kicked it off. They were doing a kickoff return, and all the way
That was
for a
field
tutty.
Field goal return, and it was all the way for the touchdown.
Yeah,
I'll never forget it.
yeah.
It gave me goosebumps.
No,
Yeah.
I was shocked.
It gave me
All I did,
Because that was when Alabama was running tables.
all I could do was go.
Yep.
I mean, my mouth was hanging.
wonder if,
I couldn't believe it.
I wonder if that still stings. I wonder if it still stings.
Maybe. And at number 13, we have Neyland Stadium, Tennessee Volunteers.
Good old Rocky Top.
That alone,
Tennessee.
that alone right there is everything you need to know about the Tennessee Volunteers and their home atmosphere.
Have you seen
Oh,
the
yeah.
stadium last year?
I didn't.
I didn't.
Dude, at night, dude, the lights and everything, the displays. Oh, dude, it's sick. If you ever get a chance, watch it. I can see why they're 13.
I've seen Alabama's, and it's nuts.
Yeah.
The things these colleges are doing to get that crowd interaction is why college football live is way more exciting than anything NFL will ever do.
Now, what's the college team that does the rock and roll stuff? and gets all the fans excited. Like big rock and roll fan, old rock and
Are
roll
you
stuff.
thinking of Jump Around by Wisconsin?
Yes. That.
That's exactly. We haven't got to it yet.
Nope, we'll get there. Now, at number 12, we got Memorial Stadium for the Clemson Tigers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that placement.
Yeah.
At number 11, we got Austin Stadium, Oregon Ducks.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
Or as us over here in the Midwest like to say, the Oregon Ducks.
Yeah, Oregon Ducks. Yeah, man,
I can't believe how passionate they are and how many uniforms they have for them to not even win one national championship.
Yep.
That's passion.
Honestly,
Loyalty is
I think them coming over to the Big Ten and them entering a bigger conference is going to help them a lot.
yeah,
They're going to have a lot bigger competition
Yeah.
throughout the season, which is going to get those players ready.
and which we're more welcome to have.
Yeah.
New,
And I'm a
new teams.
I am a firm believer that Oregon is going to be one of those teams to beat.
Yeah, they're going to be pretty tough.
yeah. The speed alone is really tough.
And then at number 10, we're cracking the top 10 now.
Well,
We got Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, the Florida Gators.
love it.
Love it.
Absolutely love that that's in the top 10.
Yes.
No complaints at all there.
No.
And at number 9, we got Doak S. Campbell Stadium, the Florida State Seminoles.
Yep.
And I think that's a good place for him.
Yep.
At number 8, we got Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium for Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
And again, good placement.
Yep.
At number 7, we got Camp Randall Stadium for the Wisconsin Badgers.
Now you can say it.
Yes.
Now you can talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's jump around.
Let's jump around. Heck yeah.
That's great.
Yep.
When
It just gets me excited.
and Rob, the other team joining in.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
You know it's great.
You did something right.
Did something.
Yes. At number 6, we got Beaver Stadium for the Penn State Nittany Lions. And
College State.
I'm not happy.
What?
Yeah.
College
Whiteout alone puts
Yeah.
them at 6. Do they do nothing else?
They're loud as
I
shit.
agree.
So why aren't they in the top 5?
I agree.
Bothers my soul.
Because you got the other teams that
I know. But there is one team in the top 5 that I would knock down to 6.
Yeah.
who's that? Well,
Oh, we'll get there, and I'll point it out when I say it.
Yeah. I
And
agree.
number 5, we got Sanford Stadium for Georgia Bulldogs.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I think that should be up.
Oh what? No way.
Me personally, I'd put Georgia at 4.
Wow. Okay.
100%. And Beaver Stadium would be 5. And then the number 4 team, we got Ohio Stadium for the Ohio State Buckeyes, which would be number 3 for me.
Number 20.
oh, don't be biased. Get your salty.
Take your biases out of it.
What did they do to pump their team or their players or
Have you not heard the OHIO chant?
Oh wow.
Hold on, Laurie.
Anybody listen guys, anybody can spell Ohio.
Yeah?
Strict Ohio? Is that not
I
legendary?
mean
Every damn hand in the lane?
I've been here for 30 years. I've been living here for 30 years, but I was in India and lived in Indiana ever since I was 15. Anybody can spell O-H-I-O.
And anybody can chant Go Blue.
Yeah.
None of these are difficult. Anybody can sing Rocky Top. Anybody can jump around. Anybody can wave. Anybody can do any of these things that make college stadiums huge. Anybody can do it. But it's the way it's done. It's the passion that's in it. It's the heart. It's the sound. It's the crowd.
I see what you're
It's the fact that you can walk
You're
anywhere,
absolutely right.
anywhere in the state of Ohio, see somebody wearing an Ohio State anything hat,
Right.
yell OH, and they will yell IO back every time.
Oh yeah.
That is what makes it iconic.
Okay.
And you got all 4 corners. You got OHIO, and they all go around before the coin toss. And it's loud as fuck.
And the
Loud.
7 Nation Army leading up to the kickoff.
Yeah.
It's all these things that come into it.
Okay.
Like, yes, I agree. Anybody can spell.
Yeah.
Anybody can spell a 4-letter state word. Sure, 100%. But when you talk about the passion that goes into it, the script Ohio that's on the field, the best damn band in the land.
Oh yeah,
It's everything
definitely.
tossed into everything.
I agree with you on the best damn band on the land.
Yeah,
because they're really good. The
Yeah.
band is really excellent.
and that is where everything comes in.
Right, exactly. Okay,
Um,
I'll give you that.
Yeah,
All right,
and then in number 3 we got Tiger Stadium, LSU.
LSU.
That'd be my 2.
Death Valley. That's all I gotta say.
That's it. That's fair. And number 2 we got Bryant-Denny Stadium.
Oh man,
The Alabama Crimson Tide.
man, I'm sorry, Brandon. I cannot hack it.
What?
I don't like Alabama.
Well, here's the thing.
That's the thing.
It's hard to like, but you have to respect it. And number one thing when going into Bryant-Denny Stadium, who cares? Who cares about Bryant-Denny Stadium? They do fantastic things. The crowd gets into it. It's the Alabama factor that plays the biggest role. When you're going to play Alabama, you're going to play Alabama.
Oh yeah.
You're scared immediately. And when you're walking into their house,
Oh yeah.
you're shaking. Like the nerves are going to get to you just right off the rip. The crowd doesn't have to do it for you.
Oh yeah. I mean,
the Alabama factor is everything.
Their defense is phenomenal. Their offense is fantastic.
Everything.
The coach that just retired was a really, really good coach.
In my opinion, bar none, the best college football coach to ever touch the field.
Oh yes, definitely. Most definitely. Nick Saban was the best coach. All right, I'll give second to Urban Meyer.
No.
But
Not even a little bit.
That is no. I was thinking of Bear Bryant.
I mean, we could go down the list, and sure, Bear Bryant's going to be top 3. I'll give it to him. But at the end of the day, I don't think anybody touches Nick Saban.
I'm not
Nick
disagreeing with you.
I agree. Because you got to figure
it's elongated success.
Nick Saban was the coach for the Miami Dolphins there for a while, and then he went back to Alabama. I got to give it. Nick Saban was one of the best coaches.
Well, and I
NCAA.
I am a firm believer that coaching in college and coaching in pros are two different beasts, and that is why you see a lot of these head coaches from college that do go to the pros fail. And I mean, I always want to root for the college coach that gets the job to do well, but more times than not, you see a failure there. And it's unfortunate because they can't make that adjustment and change their coaching style from kids straight out of high school to grown men in the NFL.
Yeah.
But then, so that one right there, that is my number 1.
Okay, I was just about ready to say the same thing you said about pro and college, that how much college is difficult than pro.
I wouldn't say that. You're going against.
Well, I mean, pros difficult than college.
Yes.
I feel like if there's anyone that can do it, and I really
it's somebody that's done it
here for him, is Jim Harbaugh.
He's done it.
Jim Harbaugh.
He's already proven that he can do it.
He already proved it.
San Francisco 49ers.
That is correct. His first season as a head coach for the 49ers, he took them to the Super Bowl.
Where he lost to his brother.
He lost to his brother.
Which is fantastic. Love that story. Now.
Yes.
All right.
The NCAA 25, number 1 toughest place to play, Kyle Field, Texas A&M.
I agree.
The 12th man.
That shocked me.
Number 6. Drives me nuts. We kicked out Penn State for Texas A&M, and that bothers my soul.
I need explaining?
The 12th man. I mean, yes. Is it tough to play at Texas A&M? 100%. And it could even be a little bit of recency bias with they haven't been the Texas A&M of old lately, where I'm like, I don't see it. But end of the day, they got more information than I do too.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, I would drop them to 6.
Absolutely.
Maybe there's something I don't know.
It's very possible.
Yeah, true.
If so, I'm sorry. But I'm shocked.
Yeah. 100%. And now we get into the top 25. Well, we're just going to do top 10. Top 10 offenses in NCAA 25. At number 10, we got Clemson. tied with a bunch of teams at 87 overall. You got Utah, Penn State, Ole Miss, Kansas, Arizona, and NC State that are all 87 overall offenses, but they put Clemson at the top of that at number 10.
That's fair.
I don't hate it.
The 87.
I don't hate
87s.
I definitely think that Clemson's fallen off a little bit with some graduates or some people going pro.
Yeah.
But they're still a very solid team, and they're staying in the runnings.
And they got a really good coach too.
Yeah.
At Clemson also.
Yeah.
So
Sweet.
Yep.
Yep.
Now at number 9, we got Mizzou.
Really?
Mizzou.
89 overall, Mizzou.
Is it because they beat us last year?
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh,
That would shock me a little bit.
that hurts. And that does shock me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does.
And at number 8, my hot take of the evening,
Okay.
Colorado.
You don't buy into the hype?
Absolutely not.
What?
Very
Deion.
Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders is the head coach. Yes, that's going to warrant some hype. That's going to warrant some transfers. That's going to warrant some things. But what have they done? Where have they proven that they are this top 10 offense? I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't either.
Nobody has.
No.
So how are you going to take Colorado and just be like, yeah, they're in the top 10 offenses? Why?
I can see Michigan being right there with where Colorado's spot is. Number 1 offense.
Unfortunately,
National champs.
you can't go off of that.
Unfortunately,
You lost a lot of players on your offense.
Unfortunately, Michigan's
Oh yeah, we
offense.
lost JJ.
I mean, you can't put them in there just because you got
Yeah.
one good run.
Michigan's offense didn't crack the top 25.
No,
Oof.
they got to prove it.
Yeah. And that is where Colorado put them in the top 15.
That's
Top 20.
why.
Okay.
That's
But
why
you
I'm
give
going
them
to beat
that.
Michigan at NCAA.
Well, you got to prove it.
Oh, I'll prove it.
But anyways, yeah, Mizzou, no. Colorado, no.
And then at number 7, we got Miami. We got the U.
Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Wow. What have they done?
Another 89 overall. I don't know.
Recruiting?
Very potential.
It's not proven.
Yeah.
It's not proven.
At number 6, we got LSU at another 89 overall. And at number 5, we got Ohio State at 89 overall. And this is where I'm like, hold on. So you're telling me Colorado, Mizzou, Miami, LSU all have the same offense as Ohio State. Ohio State, unproven right now. They lost one of the best receivers that we've seen at Ohio State.
Oh, Marvin Harris.
Yeah, Marvin Harrison. What?
They still got Ibuka.
Yeah, they still got to book them. But what do they do with anything last year? They didn't have the quarterback play to do much. Yes, they got a quarterback now. But is that quarterback going to mesh well with Ibuka?
That's true.
There's all these questions. So I like Ohio State being an 89. I don't necessarily agree with them being at the top of the 89s. But I question every single other one of them. So at the same time, I'm like, okay.
That's the problem with having so many of the same rankings.
Yeah.
Is that you got to choose who.
Didn't Ohio State also have a very good tight end?
He was okay.
Oh, Kate Stover?
Yeah.
He's on.
He's gone now.
Oh, he went to the NFL. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
But he was a sure-handed catcher.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
When he caught the ball, he was going to smash you in the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
And his brother committed to Ohio State too.
Okay.
Okay.
Lane Stover? See what I did there?
But yeah, his brother committed there.
All right.
All right.
And then at number 4, we got Texas at 91 overall. And at number 3, we got Alabama at 91 overall. I like Alabama there.
Don't like Texas.
I do.
I do.
I don't. I really. What have they proven?
No, they've proven that they got Arch Manning. What more do they need?
They got Quinn Ewers, and didn't they freaking upset
Archie Manning
last year?
did Archie Manning.
Arch.
Arch.
There's no E.
It's just ARCH.
Yeah. His grandpa's Archie.
His grandpa's Archie Griffin.
His uncle's Peyton.
Archie Manning.
His other uncle's Eli. He's bound to be a stud.
Well, let's hope.
And he's not in the game.
Let's,
That's the problem.
Well, he didn't.
He didn't agree to
He
it.
didn't agree to it. because he wasn't a starter.
Yep.
For
Tennessee.
or Texas.
Texas, my
That
bad.
made me question this.
But words. They're keywords.
All right, Joel.
Okay. And then number 3, we got Alabama.
Fully agree there.
I fully agree with that.
Alabama's where they belong.
Yes, number 3. I absolutely agree. I agree.
When you take into consideration the 2 teams that are above it, I'd get behind it.
Yeah.
And number 2, we got Oregon, 94 overall. And number 1, if anybody doubts this, it's Georgia.
Oh, hell yeah. The Georgia Bulldogs. Yes, definitely.
Right where they
Be
belong.
number
Is it-
1.
is it
Yeah.
because Dylan Gabriel went to Oregon. He transferred from Oklahoma.
I don't know, maybe, but
So high.
they had a very high-powered offense before. They're so full of speed, it's hard to stop. It's hard to keep up.
Their defense is phenomenal.
We'll get to the defenses.
Okay.
Does that make sense? That make a little more sense? I would understand dropping them to a 92, but still leaving them at number 2. Georgia is the clear 100% number 1. Offensively, yes, be defensively, but we'll get there.
Yep.
I kind of want to see Oregon this year.
They're going to be exciting. They're going to be a real test.
I hope so.
All right, now let's look at the top 10 defenses. At number 10, we got the Utah Utes at 88.
Probably put Florida State over them.
I'm going to follow this up with the fact that there are a bunch of 88 overalls. We have Texas at number 8 with 88, Penn State at number 9 with an 88, Utah, Florida State, Oklahoma, and Iowa, all 88 overall defenses. There's one of those that I have a major disagreement with.
Which one?
Iowa.
Okay.
Yeah. I definitely disagree with that one.
Talk about getting snubbed. That is easily one of the top 10 defenses in the NC2A.
I think I would go.
Yeah.
I think I would go Utah. I gotta go Florida State 9. Iowa. And then Utah.
I mean, that I can get behind that too.
I can definitely get behind that.
And then at number 3 through number 7, all 90 overalls. At number 7, we'll start at the bottom and go up. Michigan, Notre Dame, Clemson, Alabama, Oregon.
I can agree with that.
I like Alabama at 4. I do like Oregon at 3. I like most of it. Most of that.
Yeah. I agree because our corner from Michigan.
Will Johnson.
Yep.
I
He
like
stayed.
Oh no. He
went into the NFL?
no. He was younger.
Yeah.
He didn't have a choice but to stay.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I was waiting on him, and he's gonna be really good.
Oh yeah, he's going to be really talented. Especially, he's going to be really experienced when he goes into the NFL.
Like I got Travis Hunter and then Will Johnson.
Right.
That's how high I had him.
Right. Absolutely.
At number 2, we got Georgia. 94 overall Georgia defense. I like the rating. I like the rating. I don't like them at number 2.
Why do you say that?
Because I believe personally they're going to have the best defense in the NCAA.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, their defense is phenomenal.
Yeah. And at number 1, we have Ohio State, which that bothers my soul. And the reason that we have Ohio State is there's a lot of return players to come to the Ohio State defense. They did get a lot of help where they probably needed it, but it's unproven help. The hard part here is Ohio State, the last 3 years, in the games where it matters, got absolutely ripped apart in the second half. I don't see how you can give it a 96.
I got to agree.
It's only 96 because of all the talent they have.
But where is the
That
talent?
fumbles at least once a year
Where's that talent?
in a big way.
I'm not disagreeing
Yeah.
with you.
But yeah,
I'm just telling you that 90% of that team has a very high rating
yeah,
and all the potential in them.
100%. I get
That's
that.
why it's a 96.
I would like to see that as a 93
Yes.
and have Georgia just slightly above.
That's
I
me
agree.
personally. I'm just
I
explaining
agree.
why
I
it's
agree,
96.
100%.
Because you've got JT Tuimoloau, Jack Sawyer, Denzel Burke. I can never pronounce his name, but he's number one. I can't pronounce his name, but you add Caleb Downs to it. I mean, it's just the talent.
It's just the defense for Ohio State has to prove
Yeah,
this year what they have.
it's just the talent.
And I understand on paper they should 100% be the best defense in the nation.
Oh yeah, on paper.
On paper. But when you break it down and you're actually looking at a football team and a football game, I feel like Georgia's got the better defense. That's been proven.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now we got team power rankings. We're going to hit up the top 10. Unfortunately, Michigan is on the outside looking in at number 11. Tiebreaker.
I got it.
Power rankings based on what though?
That's the question. I think this is just starting rankings. I think it's based off the offense and defense. When you put them together, it's the overall ratings.
Are they gonna update it?
I would imagine so.
They might.
So at number 10 we got Utah, and number 9 we have Penn State. Both of those at an 88 overall rating. I don't hate it. I think Utah should probably drop down and put Michigan or Florida State there, but they have all those at 88 overall, so I don't see that as that big of a deal.
Absolutely.
If we're going power rankings based on last year, I can. I don't know.
If we're talking power ratings based on last year, why isn't Michigan up top?
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
I think they're basing it on offense and defense together, making the overall like they have in Madden and in previous games.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
When you put those two together, I think that's what they're going for here. It's the overall, not the power ranking,
All right.
quote unquote. So then at number 8, we have LSU. Number 7, Notre Dame. Number 6, Clemson. All with 90 overall ratings. I get behind it. I can see if I could see anything there, I would say move Notre Dame to the top of that list out of those 90s. But outside of that, I don't hate it.
I agree with you 100%. I can't foresee Notre Dame being there at number 7.
Right.
90 overall.
Yeah.
When Michigan should be just a little bit up there where Notre Dame is. You know what I mean?
I'd throw Michigan at number 9, but
All right. Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, in the ballpark.
Right. Right. I agree.
Then at 5 we have Texas. At 4 we have Alabama, both 92 overall. Love it.
Yep.
I love everything about the top 5 here.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
At number 3 we have Oregon at 93, and at number 2 we have Ohio State at 93. Love it.
Yeah. And then you got Georgia number 1.
And if they chose anybody but Georgia to be number 1, they're wrong.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, you really love Georgia, huh?
Georgia's the team to beat. Georgia's
Yeah.
been the team to beat over the last few years.
After that, 3 years, really.
Georgia dethroned Alabama, and now it's Georgia's turn.
Absolutely. They have a really good offensive core and a real good defense.
The road to the championship goes through Georgia.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I would love to be wrong. Don't get me wrong,
Could be.
but Georgia.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You're scared of.
Potentially. Yeah, very much so. All right. So now that we've gotten through that, let's dive in and let's talk a little bit about Brian James.
Oh, really?
Really? He was drafted number 55 overall to the Los Angeles Lakers.
There has to be no better feeling than that, really.
Here's what I know.
And playing with your son? Yeah, that's really amazing.
It'll be the first time ever.
It'd be really awesome playing with your son.
Yeah, now he's still got to go through summer league and earn a spot on the team.
Mhm.
I would assume a bench spot. If he gets that bench spot, they're going to put them both on the floor at the same time at least once or twice.
Yeah.
All that being said, there's a rumor out there. It's a big one.
Well, what's that?
I heard that one of his teammates is banging his mom.
Oh, wait, is this from a long time ago?
No, it's his dad.
I thought you were hitting me with.
His dad dating Movie Gibson.
Yes, Booby Gibson, yes.
Who knows? Maybe he'll leave in a big cup too.
And
I absolutely love the draft pick in the second round.
Yeah.
second
No,
round, 25th pick.
55th.
That's all. Still, in my opinion, that's too high.
Yeah?
Way too high.
You don't have the faith in Brian.
No, I'm going off of he hasn't done it yet.
That's fair.
He hasn't done
That's
it yet.
fair.
Well,
That's fair.
I feel bad for his heart condition. That sucks.
Yeah.
But is it holding him back? Because he didn't really even do anything at USC.
Yeah.
Did that hold you back when you become a football player, Brandon?
Fair
And
question.
you had a heart attack?
No.
I think the big difference here is we're talking about somebody that's going into the pros versus somebody who didn't go into the pros.
Well, you got to figure Brandon played JV, varsity in high school.
Yeah, Brian didn't play JV.
No.
These players, none of these players that go into the pros, very few of them ever touch a JV field.
But
They are varsity players from the time they hit high school.
But I really do admire my son now. He had
That's
heart
tough.
surgery and he went through a lot of stuff in life, losing his brother and proved a lot out on the football field.
But here's my point. Did he get drafted for his name or his talent?
Oh, his name all day.
His name.
Okay. We're on the same page.
Yeah, his name all day.
All day.
But here's the thing. He got drafted to a team, and now he's going to be practicing with a guy that knows his game better than anybody else.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to help a ton.
100%.
I'm not disagreeing.
You got LeBron there, his dad. He knows everything. How many championships has LeBron won?
Now, also, that being said, yeah. that's a topic for another day. Yeah.
Okay.
But I will say this. They did it because end of the day, how much publicity is this going to bring? How many more jersey sales are you going to get if you're LA? On top of that, how much more money are you going to bring in from fans showing up at games when you put a father and a son on the court together? It's going to be insane. The amount of revenue that this is going to earn for the LA Lakers is astronomical.
And I'm not,
Now, are they going to win a championship with it? I don't know. I doubt it. But maybe. They've had the team for a minute. So it's still possible.
I'm not saying he's going to be a bust.
Right.
Especially being with his dad.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll work hard. I'm sure he'll be a great player.
Yeah. He'll put in his craft.
It could be like Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, Giannis Antetokounmpo for the Bucks, his brother, who's not a good player. Right. I mean, he's good enough to be in the NBA, apparently, but I think he's a G League player personally.
Yeah.
Yes.
End of the day,
Absolutely.
he's there, and Giannis and the Bucks are still having some semblance of success.
Yes.
And they're going to bring in more money because they have brothers on the same team. It is what it is.
But the Bucks' problem is they got Giannis. Who else?
Nope, just Giannis.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I can't believe is how the Bucks got rid of Drew Holiday and went to the Celtics and they won a championship.
You want to talk about a team that's well built? Look at the Celtics.
Yeah,
you got a lot of players who are
100%.
These players are not all outstanding players. These players aren't going to shine without each other. They have so much chemistry on the court at all times. Sure, they have some studs, but they're just studs. They're not all-stars. They're not the standout elite of basketball.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when you put them all together, they are 5 elite players together.
Yes, sir.
Well, you got Jalen Brown, who's really good at defense.
Mm-hmm.
You got Jason Tatum, who they can score.
3-point threat.
Yeah. And then you got Kristaps Porzingis.
And Drew Holiday. And I'll be completely honest, I really like all of these players when they came to the NBA.
Yes.
But until they assembled the Avengers here.
Yeah.
They were all just okay. Once you got all of them together, they exploded.
Oh, yeah. It took them a while.
Yeah, look at Jaylen Brown, for instance. What was he doing?
Right.
Like, he was coming into himself still. He was doing okay. But now, he's phenomenal.
He's stepping up. Absolutely. 100%.
Drew Holiday. he was doing okay. He was doing he was playing solid basketball. He shows up in Boston and he's phenomenal all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's a whole atmosphere they got going on
Yeah,
there. It's great.
Yeah.
I really wanted Luka Doncic to win at least one title.
I did too.
Yeah. Well, he did. Yeah. He did with Dirk Nowitzki. Yes, he did.
He did, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
He did.
I can find
He
out.
won one.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yes, he did. I think it was his first or second year
Yeah, he was
in the
super
NBA.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
So
You're right.
he won one. Yes, sir.
Um,
And we're gonna
He
be
has
looking-
not. Luka Doncic has not won an NBA championship.
Oh wow.
He's never even competed in the NBA finals.
Oh
It
wow.
must have been just after him.
It must have
Before
been
him.
just before him. Did Luke go to college?
No, he's overseas.
Oh, that's right. He did play in the foreign
I
league.
don't
Spain.
remember. Spain.
Huh?
That's what
Spain?
Here in MVP accolades of the under 16 Spain championship.
Oh.
He mainly played with Real Madrid under
Ah.
18.
real.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He also plays for the Slovenian national team.
Oh wow.
Olympics.
Yep.
Yeah. For the Olympics.
Rookie of the year, 18, 19.
Wow.
What is it?
Okay. Okay. Well,
So he's not won a
he did
championship.
not. He hasn't won a championship. I thought he won one with Dirk, but
He's so
maybe
good
he did.
talented that I
Yeah,
wanted
he
him to win.
yeah.
Like Giannis got one,
Yeah.
and I was happy.
You would think also that who's the point guard for the Dallas Mavs?
And when they added Kyrie,
Kyrie, yeah.
I was hoping that it would help out, but it wasn't enough. It was not enough.
You almost have to assemble a super team to win championships nowadays.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Facts.
Women Yama. I mean, outrageous.
One player has never won an NBA championship. It's always been a team effort.
Yeah. Simple.
And now we will almost have to put all-star
Yeah, you're 100%
because
right.
there's so much talent in the NBA.
There is.
There's
A lot of talent. Yes, there is a lot of talent there.
I'll save it for a different day.
Yeah. So now that we got through there, let's move over to the WNBA.
Oh, yes. Most definitely.
Let's talk about Caitlin Clark.
Oh, this rookie that come out of Iowa, who's played phenomenal
Where?
in her college year at
Oh,
Iowa.
college. Okay.
I mean, I've watched this girl when she was a senior and was playing, and Lord had mercy, she almost looked like a Larry Bird, shooting threes at almost midcourt.
Almost?
Almost. Right at the logo.
She does.
No. I'm not the same.
I am not kidding. I mean, I was outstanding. I was sitting there watching it, and it's like all these people are like in this building, and it's all covered with people, and it's like they're screaming, having fun. I mean,
Are you saying?
And then when she comes-
WNBA.
yes,
You're saying-
I'm saying that because she fills the garden.
What about Angel Reese?
All right, I'll give that. I'll give that one. I'll give that one because I'm not going to be. She's a very good player, and I'm not going to back down on that. But I like Caitlin Clark. She is one of the one. She's going to make the women's NBA what it is.
But she is really good. And could she be the GOAT of the WNBA? Yeah. But you can't forget about all the other ones.
I agree. They earned that spot.
Lisa Leslie.
Yep, I agree.
It's one of them.
That's one of them. And there's many more that should deserve to be GOATs in the women's NBA.
Yeah.
And they don't show it. They don't put it in there, so.
But with all the accomplishments she had in college,
And her beating Pistol Pete Morin's record.
yeah.
I think.
But the only reason she's getting hated and getting freaking smashed in the WNBA is because all the other women wanted to be that. So they're taking it out on her.
They can be that if they work on their craft. If you work on your craft, that is your main thing out on the basketball court. See, I used to coach basketball and football.
I know.
You work on that craft. Just like Kobe, Magic, Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, all them, you work on your craft and you're going to be outstanding.
Yeah.
I will say one of the big things that I really like is that rivalry between her and Angel Reese making it to the WNBA.
That's why I brought Angel.
I'm trying to
Now in the Chicago Sky, they have that rookie from LSU,
Angel Reese.
Yes, and she is really good. Don't doubt me wrong.
That's that rivalry right there.
She has got potential. She's got the same potential as Caitlin Clark.
Their styles are different.
They're just in different positions. She's a power forward, I think. I'm not for sure. I think she's power forward. And Caitlin Clark is point guard because she's 6'1".
It's just that their styles are different.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%.
She's a natural shooter, and Angel Reese she's a scorer, but she's not as good as on threes as Caitlin Clark is.
Absolutely.
Their styles are different.
Yes, so absolutely. That's why everybody compares Michael Jordan to LeBron James. You can't do that because Michael Jordan was a small guard. Michael Jordan was a small guard, and you got a small forward, almost a power forward.
So here's one that I really like. Kate Martin here. Played Iowa, guard position with Caitlin Clark.
Okay.
Got drafted in the second round.
Really?
To the Las Vegas Aces.
Las Vegas.
The important thing about the Las Vegas Aces is their back-to-back championships leading into this season.
Okay.
Okay.
Caitlin Clark is on the worst team, but her teammate is on the best team. And it's fantastic.
They're on the same team.
No.
Right? No? No?
Now, Kate Martin is with the Las Vegas Aces.
Uh-huh.
Whereas Caitlin Clark
is with the Indiana Fever.
Yeah.
Which I like that. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. So the unfortunate part is when you break it down here, the Aces are in third this year. They have won 3 straight from being 500.
That's their division.
They're in separate divisions.
Right.
Separate conferences. The Fever are 7 as well. So the Caitlin Clark effect, and this is what I realized, is everybody thought Caitlin Clark was going to come in and just automatically just take over the WNBA. This is a group of highly talented women. They're in the pros for a reason. You got 12 teams of very, very talented players.
Absolutely.
Now, that being said, Caitlin Clark comes in. Sure, she brought in a lot of revenue. She brought a lot of attention to the game, which it desperately needed.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy to see that. But people are so, but she's losing. Why is she losing? I thought she was good. She is. She's phenomenal.
Absolutely.
She's losing because so are the other players.
Well,
nobody wanted to give them the spotlight prior to Caitlin Clark taking it by storm, which is absurd because the amount of talent. I have watched a handful of WNBA games now, and I will 100% say I've never seen so many fundamentals in a basketball game, in a professional basketball game, as I have watching the WNBA. They are way more fundamentally sound than the NBA ever dreamt of being.
Right. Well, this is the thing, though, for the Fever, and you got to figure this out, Chuck, is that you draft Caitlin Clark, and she's a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, they drafted 2 more rookies.
Well, yeah, that's every
And
year.
as #1 picks. And, they're young. And they got to develop. The more they work on their craft, the better they're going to be. They just have to work as a team, work as teammates, and they will succeed.
Well, here's the problem. So, Aaliyah Boston was the first overall pick
Last year.
2023
Last year.
by the Indiana Fever.
Last year.
Nobody expected Aaliyah Boston to turn that team around by herself.
No, but she is really good at center.
So they had 2 #1 picks back to back years.
Absolutely.
Now they're starting to come into themselves. So I think over the course of the next couple seasons, they'll find themselves and they'll probably be ready to go on a championship run. I don't see that happening this year. I don't see it happening next year. But I think you give them 2 more years, I think they're going to be in contention.
Yeah.
Okay, my question is, and this is my question to both of you. If Caitlin Clark is good like we all said she is, why didn't she make the USA team?
USA team.
Yeah, the women's USA team.
She could have said no.
Possibility.
Take that into consideration because a lot of these players that do get taken to by those teams, they say no because especially right now, the Olympics are getting ready to go. They're in practice sessions, right?
Right.
She's in her season.
Maybe she feels
this is the WNBA regular season right now.
Maybe she feels it's not her time, that where she don't want to get hurt during the regular season games,
or she doesn't want to sit out her rookie season. I'm pretty sure that's how that would go. Because if you're going to go practice, now you're putting a lot more strain on your body. If you're practicing with your team, this other team, and playing your regular season, it's kind of shitty that they run that concurrently.
Yeah, that is true. You're absolutely 100% correct. I agree. I agree.
Because at that point, the players have to choose. Whereas with the NBA players, they don't have to choose. This is their off season.
It's fan voting.
Okay, was she voted? Because she could still say no.
No, NBA.
Oh, and yeah, but it's their off season. What reason they got to say no?
I don't know how WNBA works.
Right.
I have no clue. That's why I haven't really said anything. Yeah. I don't really know. But in the NBA, it's like fan voting.
Okay.
Players' votes or whatever.
Yeah.
From each team.
Okay.
And
well,
then 2
I
players
thought the coaches do.
Oh, we're not talking about All-Star game. We're talking about Olympic game.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah, that's what he was talking about. The USA team.
I have no.
Yeah, we were talking about the All-Star game.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
I agree with that though.
Right. That's the
I don't
us
know
voting for the All Stars.
Yeah, I don't know how the Olympics works.
No, I don't either.
Yeah,
I think it's the coaches vote.
Well, I'm sure there's something that happens where, and you got to be a native from the country that you want to play for.
Right.
So
exactly.
that's why, like Giannis, who's a foreign basketball player playing in the NBA, he cannot play for USA.
Or like Jokic has to go to Germany, or
they would play for their own country.
Giannis would go to Greece.
Greece, yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. So these players would play for their nationality, not for where they happen to be playing.
Like Kukoc.
Right. Kukoc, yeah, he did Germany, or
he was overseas. He didn't play for USA.
Just like baseball.
Yeah.
From overseas, and he joined the Bulls.
Didn't that when Kobe?
He joined the team. Kukoc.
Oh, Tony Kukoc.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got him from overseas.
Yeah.
He got to play for USA.
Yeah. All right.
Overseas.
But now we're gonna dive in. We're gonna kind of hit some more things. We want to get through everything we had planned for today.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have on our docket right now. We've gone through Caitlin Clark. We've gone through NCAA, which took a long time, and that's okay.
Okay.
We went through Bronny James. Let's dive in to the top, our rankings on who we think is going to win the 4 AFC divisions. We'll start up here in the AFC West with the Broncos, Chargers, Raiders, and Chiefs. I don't think this is a debate.
It's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I think Mahomes is going to have another MVP year.
Mm-hmm.
I think as long as he has that great tight end he has,
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce,
Mr. Swift,
Mr. Swift,
if I can.
Mr.
Yeah.
Swift.
Mr. Swift. But it's pretty cold there. I mean, but
As long as they're happy, that's what matters.
yeah,
End of the day.
absolutely.
They are in the public eye a lot more. He is, at least. A lot more than he would be.
They need to work. Kansas City needs to work a little bit more on their defense, though. And
Secondary.
yeah,
On the secondary, I won't say
Yeah.
full defense.
yeah.
Chris Jones is a tank.
Oh yeah, he is a tank. Phenomenal. But
Okay, so we all agree it's Chiefs. We're gonna jump down to the AFC East. We'll get back to the AFC North. Calm down.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that.
yeah,
With the AFC East, we got the Bills, Patriots, Jets, and Dolphins.
no question about it. The Jets, they are turning around a great football team.
Until Aaron Rodgers retires. Then they're screwed again.
But
Okay.
who knows? Who knows?
No, who's Josh Allen?
Lonely ass brother.
You could have an off season.
Yeah, but his team crumbled.
New England is
New England's done. New England's done.
After Brady left and went to Tampa Bay and then retired,
New
England is not even
Belichick's gone.
close. Yep. Belichick.
New England's in a rebuilding.
No, I
we agree on that. The Dolphins.
Dolphins.
All they need is no line.
Yep.
All they need is
they
an
need to
O-line.
protect Hawk Tua.
And they need to build up a defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they can put up 72 points in the game, but they let the Broncos score over 30.
Oh yeah.
They have a
Oh,
great
yeah.
edge rusher.
I mean, they have some talent.
They have pieces.
They just need to bring it all together.
Dolphins.
I
I can see Dolphins.
Don't they have Tuna Total Viola? I can't say his
Yeah.
name.
Tua took a Viola.
Hawk Tua.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I love Tua. I do.
Tua.
I think he's injury prone. He needs more production. I really think that's
Yes.
the line's fault.
It is Dolphins' fault.
I love Jalen Waddle as a 2. I think he can be a 1, but he's phenomenal as a 2.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill is, and I'm going to say this, and I don't care, the best wide receiver in football.
Yep. At number 1. Yes. Absolutely.
Until Jay Jetta hasn't done it with nobody.
Do you see
Tyreek Hill's done it with nobody.
Do you see absolutely what Tyreek Hill does for the kids?
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
Yeah, he got burned.
Well, that's a commercial, son.
No, that wasn't a commercial. That was camp. He was running a little kid camp.
He
got
maybe
hurt.
he's never been a corner.
I ain't never heard of him being a DB.
Yeah, that's he's always been a wide receiver.
He does got speed.
He couldn't guard down.
He made the kids are kids,
I'll tell you what, I ain't gonna let my kid do that. He ain't doing that to me.
My grandson's son.
But my take on Tyreek Hill versus Jay Jetta, if Jay Jetta comes out this year with not good quarterback play, I don't see their quarterback play being that great personally
Absolutely.
this year. If he comes out and still puts up numbers, I'll eat my words and that's fine. But as of right now, I've seen Tyreek Hill do it with a backup quarterback in Miami and still hang numbers.
Absolutely.
I still think Jay Jetta.
And that could be fair.
We can.
That could be fair.
We can disagree.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So that being said, I'm picking the Dolphins to win that division.
I am too.
Me too.
I think I am too.
Oh, you're swapping over from the Jets?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I am. I'm swapping.
All right.
I'll admit it. All right.
And now we got the AFC South.
Oh, you wanted to hit this one and not the AFC North before this?
Oh yeah. We got the because the AFC North is one of the best divisions ever.
What?
There's a lot more debate to be had with the AFC North.
Yeah, there is a lot of debate. There really is.
There is debate here, but I don't think it's as much. AFC South, Jaguars, Colts, Titans, Texans. Who do you got?
There's no debate. Why?
That's
Why
tough.
that? No, it's not.
But I'm going to have to say the Titans.
Horseshit.
With who?
I'm a Jags fan, and I said the Texans are.
Give me the Texans all day, every day.
Oh, Houston Texans. Yes, sir.
Oh, we gave C.J. Stroud, Stephon Diggs. Are you kidding me?
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs now. And he had Nico Collins and Tank Dell last year.
Oh, yeah.
And he destroyed everyone.
And that defense of the Texans is really coming in.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs, boy, we might as well just get out of here.
Yeah.
Unless for some reason the Jags win games,
Hey.
which they can't.
Hey, in fairness, hey, Brandon, Jaguars are going to be in contention until they decide to choke it away like last year.
Yeah.
Games are in
I'll give the
England.
Texans there.
Unless all of our games are in England. That's fun.
All right, so now AFC North. This is where things are going to get fun. We got the Ravens, Steelers, Browns, and Bengals, and this division is up for grabs.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Bengals.
Browns.
Ravens,
Bengals.
Browns.
Ravens.
Bengals.
Browns.
Okay. All right. Why the Bengals? We're going to get into this.
Wow, for crying out loud. We're going to go to Joe Burrow.
Got Joe Burrow. Got Jamar Chase.
Okay.
You still got T. Higgins.
All right. Who's running the ball?
That's fine. They don't need to run the ball.
They got that rookie.
They got a stellar defense.
Yeah, because they don't have the running back.
They don't need one.
The Texans took it.
They need to do.
That's why the Texans are going to own the AFC South.
Yeah. Okay. So why did you pick the Browns?
I think that with
Is Chubbs coming back?
Chubbs might come back.
You think so?
I think he is.
Talking to Mike.
If they don't, if they don't, you really think you're going to win your division
Oh yes.
without Chubbs?
Oh, I think we did it last year.
You didn't win your division last year.
Yes, we did.
Prove it. Fact checker.
The Ravens won your division last year.
Huh?
Okay, there.
The Ravens did. That's right. But we were second.
Okay.
That's fine. First place.
And I think if we get Chubbs back in there,
Oh, I agree.
we'll win the AFC North.
You need Chubbs. Chubbs is your offense.
Chubbs is the man.
He's your offense.
Well, we got Amani Cooper.
Well, where's your
We got David Njoku.
where's your quarterback?
I think he's going to improve.
You got
You gotta
Frank
be-
Flock.
Hey, bro, he's at a massage parlor.
All that money. All that friggin' money. Are you kidding me?
Well, that's why
Have you
Trump
watched-
Watson got in
Have
trouble,
you
right?
watched minicamp? And seen how
I'll never give your team.
what?
Ain't all that money.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed money.
I know, but I think our quarterback.
That could have went to an O-line, dog. All that money could have went for
They have
awesome
a good
I don't know. They got a good old line.
Hey,
about as good as ours.
all right, you ready for my argument for the Ravens?
Okay.
I got 7 words.
What?
Odell Beckham Jr., Lamar Jackson,
Old,
Derrick Henry.
That's fair.
fair, but Odell Beckham Jr.
How,
Old.
no. Even you know that he's overrated.
100%. But now leave him open because who are you going to guard? Lamar Jackson or Derrick Henry?
They'll drop it.
Well, Lamar Jackson's going to be throwing it on the run. It'll be a little away from him. They'll catch it. It's
One-handed?
probably. It's the only move he has.
He made it famous, right?
No, it made him famous because it happened against the Cowboys, so everybody watched it. Because even if you hate the Cowboys, you're still watching the Cowboys. But no, those two guys. So this is the scariest thing I've ever seen. We have an extremely mobile quarterback, somebody that's quick, shifty, can get out of that pocket and go. Let's run a read option with a route being ran by Odell Beckham. So now we have multiple options that he can do. If you focus on Lamar Jackson, he's going to give that ball to Derrick Henry. Now you have one less guy keeping his eyes on that big tank. He's just going to run all over you. They haven't had a healthy running back in the last 3 seasons. As a matter of fact, over the last 2 seasons, they've had at least 4 injured running backs on their team. That's a problem. Then, now they have a player who's going to run people over. Then, if you decide you're going to focus on Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson's going to roll out of that pocket, keep a guy in spy, it's fine. Odell Beckham's going to be there to catch the ball. You have options now. Because you have to guard Odell Beckham with one DB because the other guy's got to watch Lamar Jackson. You have all these options going on every single play. How do you defend it?
There is no way.
Show up and stop.
No way. No way at all.
And that is why I have the Ravens winning that.
I'm still keeping the Bengals.
And that's fine.
I'm going to still keep the Browns.
Because the Bengals could bounce
Because
back.
you got Jameson Williams.
Jameis Winston.
Oh, Jameis Winston, yeah. I'm sorry.
I was going to say Jameson Williams is on the
Jameis Winston's. But I'm sorry. I have looked.
And that's why you saved it for last.
Hey, yeah. And the Browns are a very the Browns have all the talent in the world. They've had all the talent in the world over the past decade. The issue is they don't have a coach who can put it all together and win a championship. It's the hardest part.
And for some reason,
I got
always split and the Bengals every year.
Yeah. And the problem that I have here, the problem I have with the Browns is the things they did with Baker.
Yeah.
Baker came in there and gave them time to rebuild that team. And as soon as they got it rebuilt, they said sayonara.
Yeah.
That's dirty.
And even after the playoffs, when they faced the Kansas City Chiefs, which my fans, I think we got robbed.
You got robbed. Your team got robbed of their bank account.
Hey,
You ever seen that pass interference?
I'm not saying. I'm telling you, you got robbed by signing Deshaun Watson.
100%.
I ain't saying you.
I think that you guys, you never watched any of the mini camps with Deshaun Watson.
Hey, nobody here is saying Deshaun Watson's not a good quarterback.
I think he's going to be.
We're saying
a
Deshaun
really good
Watson's not a great quarterback.
No.
He's going to be good for the Browns this year. I think.
Oh, kind of like Baker was.
Yeah. Could be. You could have saved money.
You could have saved a ton of money and kept Baker around. And Baker's being successful in Tampa Bay right now.
Yep.
It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
He did do really good for the Rams.
Yeah, he was a great placeholder for the Rams. Now he's a starter in Tampa, and he's doing well.
Wow. Maybe we made the mistake.
I think he did.
You did.
That's where Brandon's going. Your bank account got robbed.
Your bank account got robbed. That's what.
And if you're saying you got robbed by bad calls in a football game,
That's fair.
this goes back forever. Let's talk about the Deflategate at that point. Let's talk about the Colts getting robbed in the playoffs to the New England Patriots.
Let's talk about Des Ketchum.
Let's talk about the 99 Titans.
Let's talk about fuck you.
Come at me with that. All right. So there's our takes there. Let's get into Jerry West, who sadly passed away on June 12th of this year.
Legend.
Legend. Let's have a little silence for Jerry West. He was a really good basketball player. Okay.
Many accomplishments.
Yeah.
Yes.
Many.
And he was the general manager of the Lakers for 2 seasons. 1 season.
Yes.
He played for him.
He even played for him. Yes, he did.
He won 6 championships.
2 championships, MVP.
6.
6?
He won 8 championships.
How many?
Under his
MVPs?
reign, Los Angeles won 6 championship rings.
How many MVPs? Because it says up there he has an MVP in 1969. 14-time
Looks like
All-Star.
He has 4-time all defensive first team. He's got all kinds of accolades. NBA champion in 72. Let's see. Number 44, retired by the Lakers. That's huge.
Yes.
See if I can bring up his accolades.
It's going to be a really very loss for basketball world. Very bad loss.
Oh, it says here he died in Los Angeles, the age of 86. A moment of silence was held in West memory before Game 3 of the ongoing NBA Finals between Celtics and Mavs.
Mm-hmm. And then I really admire what they did.
It's fantastic that they do stuff like that.
Yes.
His record as a head coach was 200. He was 145 and 101.
Wow. Wow.
But that's
solid. That's outstanding because I didn't even know he was even a coach.
He had a losing record in the playoffs. In the playoffs, he played 153 playoff games. Played 41.3 minutes on average per playoff game.
Wow.
Field goal percentage just under 500. He was over 800 at free throws, 5.6 rebounds per game, 6.3 assists per game, and 29.1 points per game in 153 playoff games.
That's outstanding.
In his career, he played 932 games, played 39.2 minutes of those games, just under 500 there, 814 from the free throw line, 5.8 rebounds per game, 6.7 assists per game, 2.6 steals, 0.7 blocks, 27 points.
Wow. That's a very good record.
That is a solid career right there.
Yes, sir.
Legend.
Yeah, legend at his time.
Rest in peace, Jerry West.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's dive into Bill Walton, who unfortunately passed away on May 27th of this year at the age of 71.
Let's have a little silence for.
Well, let's just do it one for all the people that passed away.
Okay. Bill Walton was a very good basketball player. I watched him when he played for the Celtics with Larry Bird. Phenomenal player and a very good father.
He passed away due to colorectal cancer at his home in San Diego on May 27, 2024, at the age of 71. A moment of silence was held in his memory before Game 1 of the NBA Finals this year. His family was in attendance, and the Lakers players wore black shooting shirts bearing Walton's name with a tie-dye background, while their jerseys had a black band with his name on the shoulder.
Wow.
Celtics team staff wore pins with a similar Walton in tie-dye.
Isn't Bill Walton's son one of the assistant coaches for the Cleveland Cavaliers?
100%. Probably.
I think he is. Really good basketball player. Really good man.
He played for the United States national basketball team.
Nope.
At age 17.
Really? Wow. No kidding. At the age of 17. That's young. Wow. Unbelievable.
Yep.
And you know something? That's something I didn't even know, Chuck.
Huh.
That is something I didn't know. He played in USA at the age of 17.
Yep.
That's unbelievable. And I was a big Celtic fan back then with Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Stoneface, we called him, but he was Robert Parrish, Danny Ainge, who played a lot of basketball.
He was a fan of Grateful Dead.
And we always called him DJ.
All right.
So
Now let's dive in. We got Willie Mays here.
yep,
Let's see.
really good famous baseball player.
He had player of the decade at one point.
Yes, exactly.
Called him.
It
Says
says
here,
here Willie Mays Hayes.
yep, he died of heart failure at a care home in Palo Alto, California on June 18, 2024, at the age of 93. The day before, he had released his final public statement when he said he chose to stay in California and not attend the Major League Baseball at Rickwood Field game between the Giants and Cardinals later that week on June 20th. Several politicians and professional athletes paid tribute to Mays, including President Joe Biden and former President Barack Obama, as well as San Francisco Mayor London Breed and California Governor Gavin Newsom. Fans also left tributes and paid their respect at Mays' statue outside Oracle Park. On June 21st, 2024, during a game at Rickwood Field, the San Francisco Giants wore a patch with 24 on it in Mays' honor, and his Hall of Fame plaque was brought over to the place where Mays began his career. Michael Mays, his son, spoke before the game, and tribute video was played on the video board before the first pitch by Bill Greason, Mays' former teammate in the Negro Leagues.
Wow, what amazing life.
That's a fantastic story right there.
Yes, sir. 100%.
Man,
Look at them. 24 All-Stars.
a 24-time All-Star.
World Series.
Yeah. Two-time NL.
MVP. 2 MVPs. 1 Rookie of the Year.
12-time
Wow.
Gold Glover.
Wow. What
4-time home run leader. 4-time stolen base leader. He hit 4 home runs in one game.
holy
His number was retired with both the Giants and the Mets. Both teams he played for in the MLB.
Wow, that's an amazing career.
Century team.
All century team.
All-time
Wow.
And the all-time team.
That's better than what our first topic was all about.
That is a legend right there.
That is a legend. Yes, sir. A legend in all times.
And now, for my personal favorite subject, we got Bobby Bonilla Day. It's coming from July 1st. And I am pumped for it. So what Bobby Bonilla Day is. This is out of an article here. People are wondering why. He's 58 years old. He will collect a check for $1,193,248.20 from the New York Mets, as he has and will every July 1st from 2011 to 2035.
Take a little bit of that money and donate it.
I'm sure he probably does. But how he set his contract up when he played for them is insane. Because of baseball salary structure, his annual payday is often more than some of the game's current young stars. This season, that even includes the salary of a leading American League MVP candidate and some potential 2021 All-Stars. This article came back in 2021. So it's deferred payments. How he set his contract up in 2000, they agreed to buy out the remaining $5.9 million of his contract. That's when, around the time he quit playing. The Mets agreed to make annual payments of nearly $1.2 million for 25 years, including a negotiated 8% interest.
Why would they do something like that?
That's where it comes in. At the time, Mets ownership was invested in a Bernie Madoff account that promised double-digit returns. The Mets were poised to make a significant profit if it delivered, but it did not. So basically how they did it was they restructured his contract. They bought him out, right? They wanted to keep that $5 million to invest elsewhere. So they thought this other investment was going to kick back and cover every dime they ever gave by Bobby Bonilla with profit, right? It did not pan out. So now they just have to pay him that money.
Remember how I said Rob?
Yeah.
He last played for the Mets in '99 and last played for the Cardinals in 2001, but he will be paid through 2035 when he'll be 72 years old.
Why would they pay him all that money and give him to other baseball?
So
It don't make any sense.
here you go. Bobby Bonilla has a second deferred contract plan with the Mets and Orioles, where they pay him $500,000 a year for 25 years. Those began in 2004.
Really?
So they'll go ahead in 2029.
They got robbed.
Brett Saberhagen will receive $250,000 a year from the Mets. Why is it always the Mets? For 25 years. Payments also began in 2004. This was the inspiration for Bonilla's deal. Max Scherzer will receive $105 million total from the Nationals that will be paid out through 28.
He's still playing, ain't he?
Yeah, I believe so. Manny Ramirez will collect $24.2 million in total from the Sox through 2026.
And he's been gone forever.
Oh yeah.
Jeffy Jr. will receive $3.59 million from the Reds every year through this year as the deterrent from his 9-year, $116 million deal in 2000. Todd Hilton will receive 1.3 from the Rockies every year through last year. So that's done.
How do these people get off?
Monroe in 2021 only made $605,000.
Only.
Bobby Bonilla almost doubled that, and he didn't play. That's nuts. Bonilla Day's all about.
Bobby Bonilla Day. You know,
That is on July
Is there
1st.
food with that?
happy Mets getting robbed on July 1st.
Yep.
Yeah, no kid. Is there food with that?
No food. You just get raped.
What? No food.
The Mets just get screwed here.
Yeah, you just get screwed.
Their bank account is done.
Well, yeah.
It's
You
fantastic.
pay all that money just for one person.
Yeah,
You're going to get bankrupt.
and the guy played for everyone.
Well, yeah, that's why I can't understand why they paid him all that money if he was that good.
He was good.
Why you want 1, 2, 3, 4,
9.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people or 10 players or 10 teams, and you're going to pay him all that money just for
Trying to keep him around.
just for Bobby Bonilla today?
6-time
Bobby Bonilla was a very good player. Six-time All-Star team.
World Series champion, 3-time Silver Slugger. I mean,
Like he wasn't phenomenal, but he was good.
I mean, they were all pretty much in a row.
Really?
I mean, I can see how I got fooled.
Mhm.
But
But he only won
That's
one
true.
World Series
that's
in
That is
1998.
a team award.
World Series is the England war.
Unless you think that it takes just one guy to win a World
You
Series.
want to pay him all that money?
Yeah. I mean, ask the Braves in '98. Chipper Jones, Andrew Jones, all 3 pitchers
Team of All-Stars.
got fucking screwed by the Padres.
Yeah.
Makes a whole team.
He was a top
Can you
candidate
name
for.
who their outfielder was?
Hey,
Center fielder?
For who?
Atlanta. Can you name him?
Can you?
Yeah.
Who?
Kenny Lofton.
Hmm?
Oh, but Kenny Lofton also got traded to the Cleveland Indians.
Guardians.
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 Well, they'll always be.
The Guardians.
Guardians.
They will always be the Guardians. Which is actually a better name for them, seeing as their statues under their bridge
I really don't
that are
like
called the
it.
Guardians.
I really don't like it.
I like that they brought local things into it. And what don't you like? Do you hate the fact that the Titans are called the Titans too? They changed it from the Oilers. It's a whole problem.
I don't like it the way Kansas City Chiefs.
What's wrong with Kansas City Chiefs? The Braves don't even do that anymore.
But the Chiefs do.
That's on the Chiefs, not Cleveland.
Florida State.
And nobody ever said Cleveland did this due to a certain reason. Because the owner wanted a name change.
I didn't know that one either.
The owner of the team has every right to change the name. That's where everybody gets their, tongues in a tissel, or whatever term you want to insert here. Everybody gets all worked up about it. But at the end of the day, the owner has that right. Just like any of the teams that ever moved. The Houston Oilers became Tennessee Titans. The Cleveland Browns became the Baltimore Ravens. You have all these other things that have happened, but nobody wants to
had
about
to mention
those.
that.
Oh, there's a reason I mentioned that.
You just had to mention that.
Oh, not only that.
Where's my bubble?
Yeah, but didn't they draft Ray Lewis right after?
Yeah, and after that they won the Super Bowl, and we
Yeah.
could have had it.
How many of the Browns?
And then guess who was the owner of the Browns that took him to Baltimore?
Who?
You name it.
I can't do that. Art
Art Modell.
Thanks for that. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Art Modell. Which was Bernie Kosar's father-in-law.
Yeah.
And that's why after he took him to Baltimore, that's when Bernie said, "Nope, I'm retiring."
Hey, you know what I can't wait for?
What?
He was one of the best quarterbacks we ever had.
I can't wait for the Browns to
Besides-
beat Cleveland again because they're tired of not winning championships.
No, Bernie Kosar wasn't. There was another quarterback for the
Second,
Browns that
maybe.
was.
Second. Graham.
Graham was first. Yes, sir.
I can't wait for
Yes, sir.
I can't wait for the Browns to leave Cleveland again because they're tired of losing.
What? They can't. That'll never happen because the city owns the Browns.
Well, even Cleveland should want to leave
Can
Cleveland.
they not leave until SummerSlam's over? SummerSlam. Wrestling.
Who cares about wrestling?
Oh, this guy does.
I don't watch it.
You should.
I don't
What made you stop?
because it's all fake.
Well, no shit.
Not
all
where
of it?
it'd be like me just slapping you but faking it.
Hey, do you like movies?
You like movies?
No,
You don't like
You
TV
don't watch movies.
at all.
I don't watch movies.
Do you watch TV
You
shows?
just watch them.
I go downstairs and I play on my P5.
Oh, you do know that those games aren't real too, right?
Oh, I do know that.
You
Okay.
just watched Bad Boys like 3 weeks ago.
You know that?
Yeah, I did. I did watch that.
Did you know that that's fake?
Oh, I know that.
Okay.
I knew that.
So what's wrong with wrestling?
Yeah.
It's just an action movie that's played live.
But it's funny.
So is wrestling.
Wrestling can be funny too.
Martin Lawrence. No, wrestling
can.
is not funny.
It can.
Not as good as Martin Lawrence.
I'm not saying it's as
How
good.
funny he was.
Nobody said
Nobody's saying it's as
nobody
good.
said it was as funny as Martin Lawrence.
Nobody's saying that.
But you do get chuckles randomly every now and again. And not chuckles. I mean belly chuckles. Oh, I mean not Chuck's belly chuckles, but
And it's not for everybody. Nothing is. It's not. Nothing's gonna be for everybody.
is wrestling what do you
But at the end of the day, the big thing to
Now, back
consider.
then, a long time ago, I was
Hulk Hogan fan?
a Hulk Hogan fan. Dick the Bruiser. Huh?
I was never a Hulk Hogan fan.
Nah, I
thought
was,
it was over.
but Dick the Bruiser. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh, yeah.
Snake Roberts.
Hacksaw Jim Duncan when he had that
Macho
board.
Man, Randy
They
Savage.
had that board. Oh,
Alrighty, y'all. Well, we have clearly gotten way away from topic,
shit.
and that is okay. That being said,
Sorry.
that will be it for the WBD Sports Podcast. We'll see you next time.
have a good night.